Hello and welcome. Welcome to my live. Just give me a moment to share the live and then we begin the video. When you join in, like the video. You're welcome to my live. We have lots to discuss. We have lots to share today. So wake me up. Hello and welcome to my live. I have been away for a while, but I'm here today. Yes. You all are welcome to my live. Today let us discuss the rise and fall of the Happy Boys. Some people know about the Happy Boys, others do not know about the Happy Boys, but we are going to discuss the Happy Boys today. Hi, you're welcome to my live. Where are you joining in from? Let me know where you're joining in from. If you are joining in for the first time, do well to like the video and subscribe. Just give me a moment so I can share the live. I need to share the live. Hi, you're welcome. If you're joining in for the first time, do well to like the video, okay? If you have not subscribed, please do so. Like the video. Today we are discussing the Happy Boys. If you don't know the Happy Boys, just stick around so that we can talk about the Happy Boys. If you don't know them, you all are welcome to my live. Like the video once you join in. I just want to share the live and we begin. Hi, you're welcome. Where are you joining in from? Okay. Now let's begin the live. Today, hi, you're welcome to my live. Where are you joining in from? If you're joining in for the first time, my name is Gillian and you're welcome to Contemporary Views. On Contemporary Views, we discuss contemporary issues, yes, everything that is happening on social media. But we are a bit different on this platform because when we discuss issues that happen right before us, we carry home lessons, and that is because I believe that something mustn't happen to you before you learn lessons. So that is why I always bring issues that are current, yes, and when we discuss all the current issues, we take home some lessons. So if you're joining in for the first time, yes, do well to like the video. If you have not subscribed yet, do well. So guys, let me give you a brief introduction to who we are talking about today. We are talking about the Happy Boys. They are known as the Happy Boys. Yes, they are very prominent on the internet space, and some issues have been going on around them that needs for us to look into those issues. So that is why I have decided. Where are you joining in from? Where are you watching me from? So I will give you a brief introduction of my topic of today. As you can see, the whole truth is being revealed about the rise and fall of the Happy Boys. Oh, Stan Ferris, thank you for joining. I think you're joining in for the first time. Thank you so much for joining. Like the video, and if you have not subscribed, please do so. All right. Now let's get into the video. This video is about two young boys who were being saved. They were being salvaged from a situation that was happening online by a man of God in the name of Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere Gift. All people I am talking about today are of Nigerian nationality, okay? So I decided to pick up this topic because there is a lot we can learn. Like I already mentioned, on Contemporary Views, when we talk about trending issues, we are different because we take lessons home. The reason is we do not believe that something must happen to you before you learn a lesson. So by so doing, we take home lessons that we learn. And before every video, I give you a foundation so you can understand. Now, based on giving you the foundation, I'd like for us to know who Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere is. So with that, I am just going to read briefly into his biography. Yes, that is available on social media. Thank you so much for joining. You're welcome to Contemporary Views. Contemporary Views is a platform where we bring trendy information, trending news, and we take home lessons. All right. So now let's know who Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere is. He was born on the 22nd of October 1973 into the family of late Mr. and Mrs. Chinyere Nwanko of Ohanku village in Doki, yes, in Ukwa East local government area of Abia State. This means that he is a Nigerian by nationality and from Abia State. We are talking about Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere, okay, because he is at the center of the rise and fall of the Happy Boys. I understand that some of you know the Happy Boys while others do not know. So let's get to know Apostle Chinyere Chibuzo, okay. He grew up at and attended Seabird Nursery School in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Shortly after, he had his primary education at Army Children's School in Port Harcourt, where he obtained his first school leaving certificate. Chibuzo has his fair share of the last time in life. In search of greener pastures, he left Port Harcourt to Lagos, where he slept under the bridge until he could secure a job as a cleaner with Nigerian Airport Security. Okay, that's a very difficult lifestyle. It means that the man of God did not have it easy when he began. Okay. He also worked as a security guard and sold GSM recharge cards to survive. He was from the Jehovah Witness religious sect. Now I want you to understand this transition From the beginning, he was born a Jehovah's Witness, but today he is no longer a Jehovah's Witness. So I just want you guys, based on the foundation I'm building for you, yes, you should know how it all started. He was from the Jehovah's Witness religious sect, but had decided to toe the line of Pentecostalism. He discovered the Mountain of Fire ministry, where he became a household fellowship teacher. He left the Mountain of Fire ministry and became freelance preacher of the gospel. 4 years later, through the inspiration of God, he found the Omega Power Ministries, popularly known as OPM, where he became the apostle and the general overseer of the ministry. Wise Rise, thank you so much. If you're joining in for the first time, do well to like the video, and if you have not subscribed, I will be grateful if you do so. Thank you. Subscription is free. All right, so now let's continue in knowing who Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere is. Okay, backed by the anointing of God in his life, he floated a humanitarian outfit called OPM Foundation. Do not forget that OPM Foundation means Omega Power Ministry. Right now, he is the general overseer of OPM. Okay, let's go right in. A foundation that launched the man of God to the world, as many souls were positively affected across the globe by his humanitarian activities. Some of the achievements of the foundation included rehabilitation, empowerment, training, and alms giving. Okay, in 2010, the foundation opened and commissioned a free computer training center at Elele prisons. Okay, today so many prisoners, including the prison warders, has graduated from the scheme. All right, the OPM Foundation has over the period trained thousands of Nigerians in basic computer programming, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, and other computer packages through the establishment of free computer training centers in Nigeria. Okay, most of the beneficiaries are now potential computer gurus in most of the public and private sector. Usually, before I give my comments on any trending issues, I like to build a foundation around the characters so that my audience will know exactly what and who we are talking about. Okay, now this is the foundation for Apostle Chinyere Chibuzo. Okay, if you're joining in, you have to listen to the video from the beginning when this live ends. All right, so you follow up. So now into the person of Apostle Chinyere. Let's continue. 7 years today, the foundation has embarked on awards of university scholarship programs that started with each indigene from the federated units of Nigeria. Okay, in 2012, the foundation commissioned free tailoring and computer training centers at Rumuji town in Imwaha local government of Rivers State, where multitudes of people in the area, including non-indigent, have benefited from the program. The foundation had also provided a commissioned water borehole to the people of Rumuji and other communities in Nigeria to alleviate the problem of water scarcity experienced in their area. Presently, there is an ongoing OPM free restaurant that caters for the downtrodden Nigerians, established about 4 years today. Okay, a free nursery and primary school is ongoing at Ohanku in Abia State, where children of the less privileged were given the opportunity to have basic education. OPM free education is also running in Port Harcourt and four other locations with free full sets of uniforms, free sandals, free lunch, free computer training, free text and exercise book, fully air-conditioned classrooms, and equipped laboratories. All right, this is courtesy of the OPM Foundation. In other to help the less privileged children, which many of them came to school with empty stomachs. OPM introduced free feeding in the schools. Okay, the foundation also in September 2013 commissioned the free ICT-based nursery and primary school in Rivers State, restricted to children from poor parental background. Okay, now it seems that he has a lot under his belt. Yes, the write-up is really trendy. So, but I think that we may have gotten a foundation of who Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere is, according to the write-up detailing his life and the accomplishments he has in life. It seems that Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere is a philanthropist, a pastor, a tele-evangelist, and lots more. So now, why is Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere on the news today? Is because he is at the forefront or the center of the rise and fall of the Happy Boys. Now, still based on foundation, who are the Happy Boys? The Happy Boys are two. Fortunately, I do not have their names, yes, but they are commonly or popularly referred to as the Happy Boys. You could just check on the internet and type the Happy Boys, you get to meet the two of them. There were two underaged Nigerian security guards who worked for an eatery in Nigeria. They became famous because when they had to open the door and close the doors for their customers, they were serious with their work, that there is no way they have to be dancing in front of their customers before they open the door for them or before they shut the door after them. So based on that, their management did not appreciate the gesture of dancing at work, so their manager had to terminate their contract. So the general populace of Nigeria did not find that funny. They were so angry. They did not appreciate the fact that just because these children had to make it least just because they dance. So a couple of people argued for the children and were like, what they're doing is enterprising, what they're doing is fun, is making their job even much more easier, that people don't have to, be tight-faced while they're at their work. They can make it fun for them if it works for them. So netizens were really not happy. A couple of people tried to call out the children to help them out, but the one that was most outstanding was the call from Apostle Chibuzo Gift Chinyere. So this man of God in question is not new to the Nigerian media. He is a televangelist. So many people know him. And then he runs a very massive church known as Omega Power Ministry. He is the general overseer of Omega Power Ministry. But that's not what making him popular. What's making him popular is the OPM Foundation, which is the Omega Power Ministry Foundation. Under this foundation, he sponsors many children at school. He even built a school where children from less privileged homes can attend for free. Yes, he gives out lots and lots of awards in terms of scholarships to those who are underprivileged. So he is well known for that. So now, why he is in the news today is because when the incident of the Happy Boys occurred, he took a front stage by inviting these boys to his church. It was all over social media. This should be like 2 years back. Yes, the boys were so famous at the time. They were well received by Apostle Chinyere Chibuzo, who hosted these boys. He tried to better their lives, yes, by applying for university studies for these boys overseas. The long and short of the story is, it was successful. Yes, he got admissions in a school in Cyprus. And these boys later on relocated to Cyprus. It seemed like a miracle, you know. He did not only take, imagine that in a position like that, in as much as so many people did not approve of the fact that he was going to send them abroad. But it is worth noting that even if these guys had to work for say 5 years, they may not be able to have they may not be able to spend that much, you know, to gain admission overseas and then travel overseas to study. First of all, how much does a mere security guard in an eatery earn in Nigeria? The bare minimum salary in Nigeria should be somewhere around 40,000, and most of the people who do menial jobs like that don't even get that much. So imagine how many years these boys could have enslaved themselves in the name of work to have been able to gain the finances to be able to apply and get admissions overseas and then travel overseas and start schooling. It was made possible by Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere. Look at the challenge that it's going to be difficult for him to pursue this, but he just decided to change the lives of these boys. Now, the intriguing part of the story is when these guys arrived overseas, they schooled only for 4 months, just a couple of months, say 4 months. They went to school, yes. They did everything as planned. Now, they claimed that they ran out of money because the apostle doesn't send them money anymore. And now the apostle was complaining that it was around the COVID-19 period, that should be 2020, 2021, yes, that things were no longer how they used to be for him, yes. Most of his businesses that he was doing externally from the church could not run normally as a result of COVID and COVID-related experiences. And many people were still under his radar that he was also providing for them. And he expected that since these boys had traveled to Cyprus, they should have been able to secure maybe little jobs to do around campus or something. That many children who go to school abroad, they do not just rely on their benefactor, yes, they rely also on little monies they can make by working in the country where they find themselves. But it's rather unfortunate that the Happy Boys, I don't know if they were lazy, yes, but when they got to Cyprus, they did not want to do anything to help themselves. All they did was to rely on the evangelist from Nigeria to send them money for their upkeep, for their handouts, for their school fees, and every other needs they had. So since it wasn't going on well for the apostle, the apostle had to withdraw his support from them. Okay? He later on asked these boys to come back to Africa. They can choose between Nigeria or Benin, Benin Republic. They could go to school there or in Nigeria. But these guys said they're already in Cyprus. There's no way they're coming back to Africa. There's no way they're coming back to Nigeria. Now, this escalated because there was no agreement as to how long the apostle is supposed to be sorting them out and their bills. So they tried. Shaikh Abdul, thank you for joining my live. If you're joining in for the first time, do well to like the video. What's the name of your president? I don't think we're talking about my president here. I don't think we're talking about my president here, okay? We're talking about Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere, yes, and the Happy Boys. It is the rise and fall of the Happy Boys. So I am giving you a rundown of the situation, okay? So now let me continue. So these guys now based in Cyprus still were expecting for the man of God to raise money from Nigeria and export to them. So they didn't find any work around campus to do. They didn't do anything to help themselves. Yes, they just wanted for him to give them more money every month as long as they were at school. So it got to a point where the prophet could no longer, the apostle could no longer it got to a point where the apostle could no longer give them what they expected, so they had to resolve now into blackmail. I must tell you that at that point in time there were a lot of incidences around the prophet at the time. He had a lot of scandals going on around him. Yes, I'm going to mention some of them here. There is a young lady who came out at that time, same time, yes, and accused the prophet of rape. Yes, he said the apostle forcefully entered her. Yeah, she was with child. Yes, the allegations were really degrading for a man of God. She said so many not nice things. She even had proofs which she brought to the internet. She posted chats she had with the man of God. She also posted calls she had with the man of God. And then she posted the birth certificate of her son, supposedly fathered by the apostle. Yes, she had a lot of proof, and everything seemed so real. It was like she was so right. But I am not talking about that today, but based on all of this, the man of God was on the news at that same time these boys started blackmailing him. Now they blackmailed him with WhatsApp messages, sending messages to him that they know a lot of things about him, nasty things that they were going to bring out if the man of God doesn't send them money. And the man of God was categorical about his decision, so he asked them to return to Nigeria or choose to go to Benin, and he was going to pay their school fees for them there. But in Europe, he won't, because he is no longer viable, since his businesses had slowed down because of COVID-related issues, and he had so many other people under his care. So now, these boys had to become more vocal. They made videos on Facebook. They addressed the man of God as a thief, that he's been stealing from his congregation, that he is not a man of God, that he is not an apostle as he says he is, that he is a cheat, that he is into women, multiple women. In fact, these guys went on to say very, very nasty things about this man of God. They insulted the head out of this man and then posted it on social media. The next time they made an outing, they were being proud and they were informing him that he may be the bridge that they used to cross to enter Europe. He may be that person who stood by them when nobody was standing by them, but he is not their God, and that he cannot do anything to stop them, that they have already arrived and luck has smiled on their faces, and that everything is going on well for them. They insulted this man blue black on social media. Every time they would make posts such as you are not our God, even if you helped us, you cannot stop our sun from shining. Let God give you long life to see what we will become. We have already made it. People only make it once and they never fall. You know, they said so many not nice things towards the man of God. But be it as he may, the man just accepted that that was a wrong investment he did with those boys. He didn't call them out. He didn't fight. Then other servants of God did not find that funny. They got so annoyed. One of such pastors who was very vocal about this issue was Apostle Suleiman. Apostle Suleiman was one of the first pastors who came out to to call these boys out. He was so angry. So he told them what they are doing is not nice. This is a man who helped them. What this man had done for them, even their own parents could not do it for them. Yes, because they were just simple guards around an eatery who got fired for misbehaving at work. And then the man of God saw some potential in them and decided to invest his money on them. But now, you know, people see things differently and people do not appreciate it sometimes when people do good to them. Yes, because of too much entitlement. They feel that they are entitled to whatever they are getting. They do not know that it is just because of God or because of the good hearts that others have. That is why they like to help others out. So these young men kept trolling that man of God, Apostle Chibuzo. And then finally, when Apostle Suleiman came out to call them out, I don't know what transpired, but it felt like they got remorseful and then they made an apology to apologize to the entire people of Nigeria and to the prophet. Cried and told him how they were sorry, that it was the work of the devil. They did not know what happened to them, that something came over them, and they apologized, kneeling in front of kneeling in the video, and they posted it on social media. My goodness, that still did not sit well with so many people. So many people were angry about the whole situation. Stefan, thank you for joining my live. All right. That didn't sit well with the prophets, with Nigerians in general. So the Nigerians dragged the kids out and did not accept their apology. But when the man of God saw that they were sincere, because they did a second apology to the man of God, he now told them the only way he could help them was for them to decide to come back home, that he could pay their fees in a local university and no longer abroad. So when life became very difficult for them because they were not working, the little money they had on them, they spent everything, and they could no longer stay in that country without money. They now got involved in some kind of crime. I don't know what crime, but they were involved in some kind of crime. But it seems that they were also staying in Cyprus with expired documents. They could not renew their documents to continue living in Cyprus, plus they didn't have any money. That is how they ran into trouble and they were locked up in prison. So when they were in prison, someone had taken snippets of them, you know, and posted them on social media. And some people started dragging the man of God again, Apostle Chinyere. Oh, you have sent children abroad, you can cater for them. If you know you were not able to pay their fee in Nigeria, why not bring people's children to Nigeria? Leaving them over there in prison is like, you know, deleting them from the world. There's no way you're going to be having peace of mind staying at home when people's children are out there languishing in jail. So this got to the man of God, like directly. Other prophets, other pastors, apostles had to plead with him to do everything possible to have these children back home. That is how he sent his lawyers, who went to Cyprus and then opened a file for the children and then had them freed, and they relocated to Nigeria, back to square one. So now you have a view of how these children rose to prominence from grass to grace, and then from grace now back to grass. So when they got to Nigeria, yes, a couple of people made contributions for them so they could restart again. But so many people, I can tell you for free, around Nigeria and Africa did not appreciate these young men. There is no how someone helps you and then tomorrow you suddenly forget about what that person did for you. when you needed it the most. And then you begin to insult that person. You begin to bring out the bad things the person has done. You begin to judge them on social media. That is, in fact, insane. How can someone do that? You bite the very fingers that fed you. You rubbished all the things he did for your own good. It's not like you are a member of his church, or you are his family member, or you are his children. You are not related to this man at all. Even if this man of God is bad and is guilty of all the nasty things these boys said about him, they are not in the place to bring this information to public. They are not in the place to judge this man of God, especially after all he has done for them. They claim that they were on the side of the truth, that they allowed the man of God do things for them because they did not know who he truly was. And that when they discovered that it was this kind of person, they could no longer stay in the dark with all of the information they had. That is why they had to come out to talk. And when they were questioned about the timing, why didn't they come out when the man of God was still funding their lifestyle in Cyprus, when he was still paying for their fees and giving them the money that they have been spending? Why didn't they come out that time to talk about the man of God? They're only coming out now to talk about the man of God when he chooses not to sort their bills out anymore. This means that it's a personal non grata they had with the man of God. And it is appalling that you help someone stand, and this person stands now to delete you from the social media sphere, attacking your business, attacking your church, attacking your foundation, the very foundation that kept them where they were at the time. So now, when they got to Nigeria, things were no longer same for them, yes, but some good Samaritans had to raise some money for them so that they can start. But the thing is, the man of God had gone public, yes. He cursed them so badly. He had said that if they ever prosper, based on the fact that he did something good for them, they are going to lose that prosperity, every bit of it. He said that they were not going to make it in life ever again. He said that from wherever they were going to go down below their starting point, that they are not going to see help when they are in need, that nobody is going to listen to them no matter what, that they are not going to get any form of help ever again in life, and that people are going to mistreat them just the way they have mistreated the man of God. He said so many things against these guys. So when the boys were now in Nigeria, they asked for his forgiveness. Yes, he forgave them, but we all know how it is. There is also the law of nature that deals with certain things like this. How on earth will a man help you and do things for you your own biological parents could not do for you? Where were your family members when this man took you in and fed you for 2 months in his house, and then he processed documents for you to travel to Cyprus from his very own pocket? When you went to Cyprus, he paid your fees for you in euros, not in Nigerian naira. He paid your fees in euros. I don't know how many thousands, but he paid and made them comfortable in a foreign land. You could see how comfortable they were because they made lots of content at that time. They had a Facebook page and a TikTok account where they posted their lifestyle. They were balling. They were living large. They didn't lack anything. They were living well wherever they were in the world at the time in Cyprus. They had videos of how they spent their weekends, how they spent their holidays, how they spent their day in, day out, day-to-day activities. They were living so well. So all of this was made possible for them by Apostle Chinyere Chibuzo. But yet, these boys did not appreciate this man. They said so many nasty things about him until he had to resort to cursing them. Now they suddenly remember they had parents and they began to claim their parents didn't curse them, the apostle doesn't have right to do so, their parents didn't curse them, the apostles' curses can work on them. But the long and short of it is, in life, there is also the laws of nature. There is no way you can bite the hands that fed you and go scot-free. Now, I want to give you my own personal thoughts. Firstly, even if Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere was guilty of all the nasty things these boys exposed him on social media, even if he was guilty of all these things, I personally think that Happy Boys were not in the position to say a word against this man. The reason is simple. They have benefited from the crimes this man has committed. So they are as guilty as the man is. Secondly, there is no way you begin to castigate someone who is not your relative but goes all out to support you. If their parents could provide for them, they would not end up in the streets. If their parents could do well for them, they would not be the way the man of God found them. It is very clear that they were not doing well at all in life. They didn't have stuff going on for them. In fact, they didn't have anything going on for them. But this man saw potential in them. He thought, like, if these people can go to school, yes, they can graduate and, get jobs. He saw a vision. He saw something good in them, in as much as even their own parents were unable to give them a life. But Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere gave them that opportunity to make it in life. He gave them the opportunity. What most human beings need are just opportunities. There's someone out there who needs that same opportunity, but he hasn't gotten that opportunity. So, but when this opportunity came to the Happy Boys, they took the opportunity and messed it up. The entire populace of Nigeria did not appreciate what they said to this man. It is appalling how someone sorts you out, someone helps you. And the moment you feel that you have made it in life, the first thing you do is to run this person down. You start revealing his secrets to the public. Even if these things revealed were true, I personally think that the Happy Boys are not in the position to reveal these secrets to the public. Second thing you should be taking home today, when you help people, be alert. Open your eyes when you help. Do not just help anyone, because not everyone needs help. The help that you render to someone may surely cost them their lives or your life. So when you help, be mindful of the kind of people you help. Imagine you helping someone out, and the first thing or the best thing this person thinks of doing is to bring your entire secrets that they feel they know to public. Most of the time we cover things like this, we castigate men of God. That is what these boys expected, that the Nigerians would rely on the negative things they have said about the man and then forget. But lo and behold, Nigerians did not look at what they said. They just corrected that mistake. They corrected that error at that same time, and told them, no, even if the man of God is guilty of all that you have said, you are not in the position to do so. You are not in the position to correct the man of God. You are not in the position to expose him, because you have benefited from all the crimes you claim he's been committing. Now, what makes this news this week? Photographs of the Happy Boys in the slums of Nigeria popped up on social media. It is certain these boys are not doing well at all right now as we speak. They were pictured in a ghetto where they were seated looking haphazard, very dirty like before. You know, I mentioned to you that the apostle had cursed them. Yes, he said that where he met them, they are going to go below that level. So now, where did he meet them? He met them, they even had a job. Yes, they were working, and then they lost their job because they were joking at work. Yes, that is what the management said. And the man of God picked them up from there when they had no job, they had no money, they couldn't pay their rent, they were practically on the streets. And then he began to empower them. First, he took them in for 2 months. Then he applied for overseas education for them, which they got, yes, and then traveled to Cyprus, yes. He was paying for their every need while in Cyprus, and then they saw that, or they thought that they have made it in life, and then they began insulting this man and dragging him on social media. Now that this thing is happening to them, their pictures have been flooding the internet since this week. They are not doing well. The meaningful Nigerians don't want to get involved because everybody is now afraid. Do not train a cat and then the cat develops into a tiger and feeds on you. That is the narrative now. Everyone is afraid to help them. No one wants to take a chance to help them, because if they could do that to a pastor, to an apostle of God, they could do even worse to other people. So now the moral of the story is, you cannot bite the hands that feed you. Even if the apostle did not withdraw his help from them, nature will punish them. And I want to believe that right now, nature is punishing them, because I don't see how you would be in someone will save you from a situation. You use your own hands and mouth to walk out of the help, to walk out of that place, that comfort zone, and then go back to an even worse situation in life. Look at where they are now. From Cyprus to the slums of Nigeria. They were so tattered looking. They were looking so pale and slim, so hungry. Seems like nobody wants to associate with them. Nobody wants to support them. Nobody is feeding them. No one is giving them hand down because they're even looking dirty and unkempt. Imagine a situation where you fall from grace to grass. Even the son who took away his father's fortune, the prodigal son, was even accepted. But these ones, Nigerians, were already fed up with their case. So when they got back to Nigeria, nobody was interested in sorting them out. Nobody was interested in helping them. At the time when they were trending, they created their Facebook page. Yes, from time to time they dropped content. They dropped content as well on their TikTok account. They thought that life had taken off for them. They never knew that a day like this would come. Now, who are they going to run to? Who are they going to talk to? I don't know if they are orphans, but even if their parents are alive, what the apostle did for them, their parents could not do for them. So who is going to stand the gap for them now? Everyone is afraid of the repercussions of helping these people. They are not worthy of help from anybody at all. So now you must learn to identify and learn and seek information about the people you help. There are some people that don't need help at all. When you help them, you are just building a monster that will come back for you. And when that monster is of age, be sure to go down. That is exactly the case of Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere. So with that, I believe that you have the full version of the story. You have full insights of everything. Be mindful of the people you help. And when you bite the fingers that feed you, just know that nature is going to come at you. You can't pay people who helped you badly. You can't hurt them in return and expect to be well in life. It doesn't function that way. You cannot sow goodness and reap evil. You cannot sow evil and reap goodness. At least the law of karma functions that way. So thank you all so much for watching my live. Yes, if you are joining in for the first time, do well to like the video. Yes, if you have not subscribed, do well to subscribe. That motivates me to bring up more topics like this to you. Thank you so much and see you on my next live. Bye Facebook. Bye YouTube.